Hi, my name is McLaughlin, and I'm from Westchester, Pennsylvania. I went to high school about 15 minutes away in Downingtown at Bishop Shanahan. This is really where I discovered my interest for business, and I knew it was a career field that I wanted to pursue in the future. I was in an organization called DECA, which allowed you to invent a product and then sell that product to judges. I placed first in the state competition at Hershey, which then allowed me to move on to California, specifically Anaheim, and participate in the national competition. That was just a really cool experience overall, to be able to meet so many people from all over the United States and in different countries as well. This is kind of one of the first few things that led me to deciding that I wanted to pursue a career in business or something related towards it. I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to do just yet. In high school, I also played football for 4 years and got a bunch of offers from D3 schools such as Franklin and Marshall. So I had to make a decision if I wanted to pursue playing football for the next 4 years or focus on more of academics. And I kind of found that in Penn State. Penn State has an extremely large alumni, which allows you to network for a bunch of different job opportunities and kind of figure out what exactly you want to do. And there's a bunch of people willing to help you and get to that point. And I think that's something that I found extremely attractive about Penn State. And I decided that was the best opportunity for me. When I got to Penn State, I wanted to join as many clubs as I possibly could. So I started in the Penn State Investment Association. This was just kind of getting my feet wet and figuring out what exactly I wanted to do. I really liked looking at and valuing like different companies, looking at their stock prices, following the markets, looking at the economy as a whole. And this association kind of really led to that. But I knew I wanted to kind of have a broader knowledge of everything as a whole. So I also joined the Fixed Income Association, which allowed me to look at companies and the different ways that they raise capital, which is either through equity or through debt. And fixed income focuses more obviously on your debt securities such as loans and bonds. And this is something that I was super interested in. From there, I was able to interview for Leverage Line Capital, which is the first student run paper portfolio for high yield bonds and leverage loans. That was an awesome experience because that was a huge learning curve. Obviously, jumping right into it and starting a fund and being able to kind of help out and figure out which were the best pieces and kind of the best companies that kind of had the perfect blend between risk and reward. So that was an amazing experience and opportunity that I was able to find at Penn State. I was also in Wall Street Boot Camp, which was another thing that you had to apply for. And that was Penn State alumni on Wall Street, willing to come back and kind of share their stories and answer questions that we had for them. And basically, they were kind of just directing us on a path that they created and kind of helping us forge our own paths. And that was just an amazing experience. And being able to hear from these extremely talented people was something that was just something you can't really pay for, you know what I mean? It's just something so invaluable. But outside of school, I really like to stay active, work out, and then I also like to watch Netflix. Obviously, during this time of COVID, it's kind of not much else to do. But for career goals, as I've mentioned throughout this entire speech, I would like to end up on Wall Street and do investment banking. There's two main reasons why I want to do investment banking. Number one, because it's super impactful. People want to hire you for your financial advice, and they're going to come to you because they believe that you are one of the best people to do so. Obviously, in a place like New York and Wall Street, which is kind of one of the biggest spots to do so. So these people, they come to you for your financial advice, and you're not only impacting certain people, but you're also impacting companies, and in some cases, different countries. And that's a reason why I want to do it. And that kind of leads into the next thing, which is just an ever-changing environment. You never know what the next day is going to be. Not every day is the same, and I kind of like that exciting aspect towards it. So those are the two main reasons why I want to do investment banking, and then finance, which will be my major, because it kind of just ties into everything that I will be doing within the future. But basically, from the start, starting at Bishop Shanahan, following this kind of cycle of business, starting with DECA, which was just a simple marketing thing, has turned into now kind of like an obsession of just following the markets and the economy as a whole.